Infinite Supreme Peace, Param Shanti. This is an English translation for the original Hindi video Kali Purush Kaun Hai, Kya Hai, Kali Purush Ka Ant Kaise Hoga, a spiritual discourse by Bapuji Dashrath Bhai Patel, where he explains the creation of Kali Purush, the male violent entity associated with Kali Yuga, its work and impact on creation by its existence across different ages or yugas. Bapuji begins with greetings, Param Shanti, infinite supreme peace, and continues, today we will discuss the concept of Kali Purush. Is the Kali Purush one or many? Does it exist only in the Kali Yuga or does it also exist in the Satyuga, Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yuga? Is it present only in the Kali Yuga or does it exist in the other yugas as well? If it exists in other yugas too, then who created this Kali Purush? Was it created by Brahma? In our Brahman, the solar system, Brahma is responsible for creation, Vishnu for preservation, and Shankar for destruction. These three deities form the Tridev, the Trinity. So among the Tridev, who created the Kali Purush? If a Kali Purush exists in every Kali Yuga, how many Kali Yugas have passed? Since there have been many Kali Yugas, the Kali Purush must have appeared in each one. After the completion of the 4 yugas, that is the cycle of Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga, there is a partial dissolution. Even in this partial dissolution, a Kali Purush exists. In one Manvantara, there is also a dissolution, and Kali Purush exists in that as well. When the Mahakalpa Pralay occurs, the Kali Purush still exists. So the Kali Purush has been present since the beginning of our universe. The word Kali refers to the one who appears in the Kali Yuga. Every 4.32 million years, a Kali Yuga comes, and in every Kali Yuga, a Kali Purush emerges. After the Kali Yuga ends, where does the Kali Purush go? Does it descend into the lower 7 realms of Patala? Does it go to one of the 55 crore hills? Where does it go? What happens to the Kali Purush after the Kali Yuga ends? Does it get destroyed? Whether it is partial dissolution, the earth pralay, dissolution that is pralay, periodic dissolution or the Kalp Pralay, or the ultimate dissolution or the destruction of the Brahmand or the solar system, which is known as Mahakalpa Pralay. It is during the Mahakalpa Pralay that everything is destroyed. Does the destruction of souls also occur during the Mahakalpa Pralay? Now let's understand who this Kali Purush is. Who is the Kali Purush? In the beginning of our Brahman, the solar system, at the very start, how much time has passed since it began? The lifespan of Brahman is equivalent to Brahma's 100 years. This means the universe lasts for 100 years of Brahma's life. Half of Brahma's life, known as the first Pararth, has already passed, and now the second Pararth is going on. In the second Pararth, 198 crore years have passed. We are currently in the 28th Yuga cycle of the 7th Manvantar of the first day of Brahma's second Pararth. In one day of Brahma, there are 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas, that is Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga. This means that in 50 years of Brahma's life, how many Kali Yugas must have passed? In the first Pararth of Brahma's 50 years, 1 year of Brahma is equal to 31 trillion, 10 billion and 40 crore years. How many Kali Yugas must have occurred during that time? At the beginning of the Brahmand, when Brahma created the 7 Param Purush, the supreme beings, these 7 supreme beings were composed of supreme elements. Their souls were a subtle form of supreme light, not too intense, but made of supreme elements. These 7 supreme beings created 7 higher realms or lokas above the earth. These are the Bhuard Loka, Swargloka, Maharloka, Janlok, Taplok and Satyalok, with Mahasatyalok being the highest. In these 7 lokas, the 7 supreme beings initially created the world through their sankalp or their divine resolutions. Through the number of numerous resolutions, they created countless beings, and in each of these 7 lokas, the supreme beings created many other supreme beings. These supreme beings brought forth the Param Prakriti, or the supreme nature, or the very nature of the divine, the feminine aspect from within themselves, establishing the rule of Purusha, or the spirit, and the Prakriti, or the nature, in the seven lokas. Over time, these beings continued to create more and more, but as they created, their power diminished. The Param Tattvas, or the supreme elements that constituted their bodies, gradually decreased, and they transitioned into the three elemental forms, referring to the three gunas, that is, the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. As they moved from the supreme elements to the three elements, negativity started to develop. Eventually, humans were created on earth. When Brahma's 10 years were completed, the earth was formed, and humans, who initially had Akari, or the subtle, the non-physical form, became physical beings. As negativity increased, it started to affect Brahma, and this negativity entered Brahma's mind, corrupting it. To purify this mind, Brahma expelled the negativity from within himself, and from this negativity, the creation of Kali Purush took place. This event happened many billions of years ago, at the beginning of the Brahmand, during the first Bharat of Brahma's life. When the first Kali Yuga began on earth, Brahma cast the Kali Purusha down to the earth. The Kali Purusha, in his Akari, or the subtle form, then began creating numerous other Kali Purushas, just as the deities above had created many beings through their results. The Kali Purusha, in his subtle form, came to earth, and through his results created many more Kali Purushas. These numerous Kali Purushas began to move the world towards a darker Kali Yuga. They started to oppress the deities and eventually became Asuras, or the demons. This is a very ancient event dating back billions of years to the beginning of the Brahmand. These Kali Purushas who became Asuras were filled with Tamsik, the dark and the destructive tendencies. Kali Purusha is primarily associated with qualities like lust, anger, greed, attachment, and ego. These qualities were abundant, and as a result, conflicts began between the deities and the Devi Devtas, as well as between the Asurs, or the demonic forces, began. During Kali Yuga, the reign of the Kali Purush became dominant. The atmosphere itself became tamsic, filled with negativity and darkness, affecting even the deities. The deities who were on earth, as well as those who descended in human form from the Svarglok, or heaven, and other realms like the Gandharvas, Kinnars, and Yaksh, were influenced by the tamsic atmosphere. Under the influence of the Kali Purusha, they too became tamsic and turned into beings of Kali Yuga, the Kali Yugis. As a result, everyone who came to earth during this time was affected by the Kali Purusha and became influenced by the tamsic qualities of the Kali Yuga. When Dharma Glani begins, or the time comes to restore Dharma, the righteousness, Lord Vishnu incarnates on earth, as it is said, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Whenever there is a decline in righteousness and a rise in unrighteousness, Vishnu incarnates to destroy the Asuras, the demons, and protect the Devtas, the deities. After this, only good humans remain on earth, and this marks the beginning of the Satyuga, or the Dwapar Yuga. Then the cycle of Ardh Pralay, or the partial dissolution, and the Pralay, or the complete dissolution, occurs. Then it became the soul, didn't it? The soul is indestructible, like the soul of the Devtas. The outcome of the soul is like that of these Kali Yugas. The Kali Purush begins, and one has become many. Although the forms of Kali Purush may be destroyed, their soul remains. The souls of the deities, like the souls of the Kali Purusha, continues to exist. The Kali Purush soul may descend to the lower realms of the 7 Patal Lokas after death. When Lord Vishnu incarnates on earth, the defeated Kali Purusha descends into the 7 lower realms, that is Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, and Patal. If they fall even further, they descend into the 55 crore hells. However, the souls of the Kali Purusha continue to exist and their souls are never destroyed. Slowly, as Kali Yuga progresses, the Asuras begin to rise from the lower realms to the earth. At the end of the Kali Yuga, all the Asuras come up from below, including the Kali Purusha, who is referred to as an Asura. Along with them, the deities, Gandharvas, Kinnars, and Yaksh also come down to earth during the Kali Yuga. This leads to a significant increase in population, approximately 250 crore or 2.5 billion by the end of each Kali Yuga. As Pralaya, the cycle of dissolution, approaches, the souls of these beings descend to the lower realms. Even during Kal Pralay, the complete dissolution, when Lord Vishnu emerges into the sun and the radiance of the sun engulfs everything, burning the three worlds, the souls are the only entities that survived. The souls of both the Asuras and the deities descend from the Patal-lok, the underworld, back to the earth where they reincarnate as humans. These humans' form are influenced by the tamasic nature of Kali Yuga, exhibiting traits like the lust, anger, and greed. They create a highly negative atmosphere which affects everyone on earth. During their final destruction of Kali Yuga, Lord Shankar opens his third eye and performs the Tandav, a fierce dance, burning the entire earth to ashes. The cycle repeats after every 4 yugas, with the Kali Yuga bringing forth various forms of the Kali Purusha in human form, who then return to the lower realms at the end of Kali Yuga. When Kali Yuga arrives again, these beings rise one more time, causing chaos. Even the deities are influenced by the tamasic atmosphere, turning into the Asuras themselves. The air itself becomes tamasic, and anyone who breathes it becomes affected by the negative qualities of the Kali Yuga. As a result, everything on earth falls under the influence of the Kali Yuga. Thus, Brahma created the Kali Purush from his own tamasic mind to purify it. However, even though the mind was purified, the tamasic influence of the Kali Purush continued to affect the world. The negativity that arose within Brahma was transformed into a soul, and that soul became the Kali Purusha. This Kali Purusha, taking on various forms, created numerous beings who resided in the 7 Patal Loks, the netherworlds. These beings, known as Asuras, filled the 7 Patal Lokas. Then, during the Pralay, the cycle of dissolution, everything is destroyed, but the soul of both the deities and the Asuras survive. Their bodies are consumed by the flames of Kala Agni, or the fire of time, during the Kal Pralay, or the great dissolution, and even during the Mahakal Pralay, that is the ultimate dissolution, everything is burned in Kal Agni. In Anantakoti Brahmand, or in the infinite solar systems, such a Kali Purush is created by Brahma. As long as there is a Satya Yuga, the age of truth, and Kali Yuga, the age of darkness, the Kali Purush will exist, and his influence will lead to the transformation of beings into the Asuras. During the Mahakal Pralay, Mahashiv as Mahakal burns everything in the infinite Brahmands with his Kalagni, turns everything, including the souls, to ashes. Eventually, even the souls dissolve into the supreme fire, which further transforms into Param Vayu, the supreme air, then into Param Akash, or the supreme ether, and finally into Param Mahatattva, the supreme truth, to Param Light, the supreme light, following a gradual process. This process continues until everything merges into the ocean of knowledge, where complete understanding of the cycle of Satya Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga is achieved. If one delves deeply into Gyan Sagar, this ocean of knowledge, everything including the origins of negativity and the creation of Kali Purush by Brahma will become very clear. Infinite Supreme Peace, Param Mahashanti, think, speak, and embody infinite supreme peace. Thank you.
Join us daily for our morning live meditation, Monday to Saturday, 5:30 to 6:30 a.m.
Join us daily for live meditation, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on YouTube Live. Subscribe now. Website www.paramshanti.org. Email us anant@paramshanti.org. Like, share, subscribe. Join today.